The lighting.
No. Just while sitting,
Yeah.
my head was off screen. I guess the lighting's weird because it was.
Maybe it's like the angle of the thing.
Yeah.
The angle of the cap. If it last time we had it more straight on and it maybe it was shining on it more. It doesn't matter though, bro. It should be cool, man. We're calm, bro. It's like people know.
These lot are Morocco's gonna get trolled forever, man.
They
had
the fucking Hakimi parachute in to Sido Main's hotel room with the cup.
Oh yeah.
And then he took the towels instead of the cup.
Man, they're gonna be a meme, bro. It's jokes.
Yeah.
It's live.
It's live.
Okay,
The lighting's not even that bad. But yeah, Shalom.
Shalom.
Praises to your The other one is the elder apostles, a great millstone, all well. Shalom to the hopeful elect. You know, pushing his word to the four corners. Just doing probably going into news, prophecy, various topics. Because that's the spirit of the times, As far as since 2026 came in, you've had like Trump, just kind of fly off the handle. He's been doing all sorts of chaos. The main focus now is Greenland, where he's been, he did the operation on the first full moon of the year in Venezuela, where he snatched up Maduro. And that really let everyone know, like, oh, okay, he's just going to kind of go out and do these things. And, the next kind of thing everyone's looking at is what's going to go down with Greenland, because that's what he's been talking about. But, these things, it's all prophecy, because that's more or less going into, those shall hate a whore and burn with fire. Those former allies,
I've got a precept for you after. When you're ready.
No, go on.
Okay.
Grab it.
Okay. So this is Ecclesiasticus 39 from the top. But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and is occupied in the meditation thereof, will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient, and be occupied in prophecies.
Yeah, occupied in prophecies. Because that's as far as the reason why we can see this thing coming swiftly, is because we're occupied in prophecy, and we can see and break down these things that are happening. You got the big focus on the protests in Iran, where you basically got upheaval against the rulers, and they're saying they want to go back to, you're saying that what the previous, was it the grandson or whatever?
Yeah. The Shah, they want his son back in, which is obviously the Western narrative. But the guys they got in there now is the Ayatollahs. They took it over.
Yeah.
They made it back an Islamic Republic, which was prophecy.
Yeah.
Sorry, go on. Right?
That's what the people wanted at that time as well.
Yeah. And then now, because remember the Shah, Iran was like a kind of liberal country. It was democratic.
Yeah.
And then the Shahs took it over. Not the Shahs. The Ayatollahs took it over. And now what they're showing in the BBC News and Fox News, etc., is the Iranians that want the Shah's son back in. Basically, their narrative, which is Shah's son is going to be nothing but another, which we hopefully doesn't get in there, but if he does, he'll be another puppet for America, because his father was. And when you look at the Shah's son of Iran that they want back in, they're all linked with Amalek.
Yeah.
These Ayatollahs now, the narrative they show us is they don't like Amalek. So, they're at odds with the Israeli state.
They don't like America.
They don't like, exactly. That's it.
That's the thing. It's like, I think it was when Venezuela happened, you had a bunch of people from a bunch of different countries saying, begging, begging Trump, like, please come liberate us too. That's, that's kind of the mindset these guys are in. But then, they don't realize, it's not going to end well. Everyone is linked up with America. It's not going to end well. What's it say? They'll hand join in hand. The wicked shall not go unpunished. And that's the reality of it. This is the end of what America's going to get. There's going to be a just reward for all this action that's done.
Let me read this quickly.
Yeah.
Isaiah 42:9. Behold, the former things have come to pass, and new things do I declare. Before they spring forth, I tell you of them.
Yeah, that's to prophesy, to say before these things, like and it's funny because like there was a point in time where if you're talking about World War III, people are looking at you like you got 7 heads. People are looking at you like you're away. Like World War III, that's not going to happen. That's even with us, how long we've been out, let alone when the apostles have been out there. Because there was a period of time after the Soviet Union fell where people were like, oh, now there's going to be world peace. Now there's no enemy. Everyone can just get along. But, did that happen? Obviously not. Now you can see in the modern day, it's like regardless of like everyone being at peace, that's not going to happen, man. Especially not under Esau's rule. He's the what you call the red horse. He's capable. He was given the capacity to take peace from the earth, and that's the thing. We've like all these things we've said. Now they've become visualized. Especially you go to the mark. That was something. You go back to the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
In the 90s, who's even thinking like, oh, you would see like it was like RoboCop or Total Recall or something like that. Where it's fiction. It's science fiction where you're really seeing those capabilities. Now those things are coming to real life, like VR goggles and whatnot, and all these things. Now they're like normal. You can just go and get those things done. Putting a chip in someone's brain and then being able to we can translate their thoughts into things on a PC. Those things are now happening.
Yeah. So you got some more? You got something?
I've got one more precept.
I still got that Ecclesiasticus.
Okay.
Yeah.
Second Chronicles 36, 15 and 16. And the Lord Yahweh, power of their fathers, sent to them by his messengers, rising up the times and sending, because he had compassion on his people and on his dwelling place. But they mocked the messengers of the Most High and despised his words and misused his prophets, until the wrath of the Lord Yahweh arose against his people till there was no remedy. And if that was, this is
today, no?
In-house, all right? As we know in this time that we're in, the Most High said he will save the tents of Judah first, but then also he said he will start with judgment. I forget how it's...
judgment must begin at the house of the Lord.
House of the Lord. So the same way that, we got first dibs on salvation, in order for us to be saved, we need to get first dibs on taking those that are in our way out of it, so we can, the riffraff needs to get done away with. So if you imagine that's how the Heavenly Father is with his own people, how much the more with heathens, all right, that he doesn't look at as more than a drop of a bucket. So Esau, you've been, like the brother mentioned in Revelation, the 6th chapter, you've been given the power to take peace off of the earth. All right, you've been used. The Heavenly Fathers gave you a sword, and we know that if you live by the gun, you die by the gun.
Yeah.
So basically, the Heavenly Father, he set you up. All right, he set you up. So basically, he basically is gonna get you, man. All right, he gets his own people, so you can only imagine how he's gonna get you lot.
Yeah.
And that's why we're here. We're here to be the mouthpiece of the Heavenly Father. All right.
Read on with this. All right. So it's Ecclesiasticus 39, and I'll go start from 2. It says, "He will keep the saying of renowned men, and where subtle parables are, he will be there also. He will seek out the secret of grave sentences, and be conversant in dark parables. He shall serve among great men and appear before princes. He will travel through strange countries, for he have tried the good and the evil. He will give." I mean, that's kind of the point on it about the prophesying.
Yeah, it's the dark parables and dark sayings. These things, as far as for most people, they've not been looking to hear it. As far as about the mark, bringing up the mark before, it's like, no, I ain't gonna do that.
Well, we even said it before. Remember, we used to say, even you mentioned the mark. We used to always say the World War III. Remember, we used to say these things.
Yeah.
It was really, we've experienced it. It was laughed upon.
Yeah.
Now it's reality. Now it's like
you
can't. It's public mainstream media. Even the chariot. I'm sorry, go on, Nick.
No, I was gonna say America will be destroyed with missiles.
Yeah.
Now that's something that everyone's like, oh.
It's on everyone's mind.
Denmark's talking about, oh, we need troops to fight against America.
Yeah.
Even where, like, who was thinking? Oh, there's no way that's gonna happen.
Did you see the Danish
Prime Minister?
Did you see him say F Trump?
Yeah, no, I didn't see.
It was one of one of the MPs in Denmark.
Yeah. MEP they call it.
What MEP? He said "fuck you" on the panel.
Yeah.
To Trump, he actually said the "f you" what the word. You know, so. Bro, it's showing you the times we're in, and it's not far. We used to say these things, we used to talk about World War III, them putting chips in the body 10, 15 years ago, it was laughed upon. Obviously, our apostles said it 40 years back, it was laughed upon. But now it's all in the reality. Bro, we used to tell people there's something called identifiable flying objects, which we know are the angels. That was laughed upon. That's mainstream media today.
Yeah, what is it?
The past 4 years, the Pentagon speaks on it.
New Jersey thingy. Was it New Jersey series? I can't remember what the term was, but it was.
Oh yeah, for a couple days.
That was like everyone was out there like, okay, what are these? All of a sudden, everyone was just like, okay, now the chariots.
They're real, and then when Esau now starts putting it in mainstream media, which obviously we know that flies over the people, the normal minds, it flies over their brain. But if Esau's put its messages for us, we know we're near when the elite of Esau is allowing this on their mainstream media. Now chariots are, the Pentagon talks about them.
No, they might be, it might be dangerous. We might have to fight. Depends what they're here to do. Mm-hmm. That's how they're discussing these things.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's it. They're spinning the narrative accordingly. Like now they're introducing the idea of chariot, aliens for their benefit, because they know. Look, we like the brother mentioned a thing in Jersey. That phenomenon, like they never spoke of it. They probably sat down with a think tank and they thought, how are we going to spin this going forward? So even there's an article where a former banker of the Bank of England basically spoke about the economy is going to take a big hit, because in a documentary, active members of the American government are going to come out and basically speak on the fact that there is actually aliens, as they call it. And in them saying that, it's going to have a negative effect on the economy, or you could say a quote-unquote positive effect on the economy. Yeah. Because they said that basically, people will go out, rush and buy gold and precious metals because they're scared. But they said on the other hand, people may think that there's going to be, the aliens are going to bring gold and precious metals. Where did they get that from? Where did this banker know that you can get gold and precious metals from
the heavens? Yeah.
But what did it say the chariots are made out of? Gold and silver. So it shows you that, and that's what people don't. Silver has got a bad rap right now. It's so cheap. Yeah. They want that's.
You see, silver's gone up now, though. It's gone up.
Yeah,
it's rising.
But they don't. And the funny thing is tied to EVs, electric vehicles. So that's like a foreshadowing in a sense, because it's showing you these chariots are gonna come back gold and silver. Ooh. These are intergalactical, cosmic beings and entities that are gonna enter into this dimension.
Atmosphere. And you just said it, bro. You said a banker said this.
Yeah.
Bro, who are the bank? We know who they are. The bankers are insiders, as we know. Yeah. That goes over people's heads too. The financial institution is run. The bankers are the elite of this world. They run all the economy. So if they're saying it, and we know it's true anyway, according to the Bible, these are messages like you spoke about. They're clued in, meaning they're like sending us messages too. They let you know it's a message to us too. It's all parabolic, man. But we can see through it. If the bankers are bringing these chariots up, they gotta know their time must be near to something happening. They're seeing things that because we see things in the spirit. But they have the physical means to
actually engage with. They can go dig up places. They can channel. They've got ancient witchcrafts and whatnot.
I got something.
Okay, so I got one.
Okay, yeah, you go. I'll bring it up.
Isaiah 29:15. It says, "Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord Yahweh, and their works in the dark, and they say, Who seeth us and who knoweth us? Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as a potter's clay. For shall the work saith him that made it, he made me not? Or shall the thing framed saith him that framed it, he had no understanding?" And that's like how these elites move. They're in the dark. And that's the thing as well, is like now you've got everyone talking about, oh, Epstein, release the Epstein files. These guys are new waivers. Because as far as it's funny because you think it's like, bro, as far as like all the degeneracy going on in Hollywood and these different entertainment industries within amongst the elite, these things have been brought out for a long time, but it's only gone mainstream now. And it's like with all these different things, that's like the realities of what is going on in the dark. Now it's all being dredged up.
Yeah. Oh, you know, I got something on that point.
Yeah,
you said,
well.
on that point, Luke 12:2. For there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, neither hid that shall not be known.
Yeah, all these things that have been in the dark, now it's all being dredged up, and it's coming through the spirit. It was like these things were, and it's funny because it's like Esau was told his own tongue will fall on himself. Mm-hmm. He's kind of tried to use these things as like a draw, as an allure, as to his benefit. But then it's really just as far as through prophecy, it's all working against him. Because now the whole luster, the whole shine of America's really gone. That's a funny thing. Trump has brought in that old school American spirit, but then now, because they can't run up, now we've got the internet and smartphones and Twitter and whatnot, everything that goes on around the world, these things are all, they're saying, oh, we're going here, so we need to go Nigeria and save all these poor Christians.
Oh yeah,
yeah. We need to get Greenland back for this. We need to get, like, all these things they're saying. You can have, like, you know, footage on the ground where you can see what they're saying is true or not.
And even on your point, you don't even need the mainstream news outlets. Are not even needed anymore. Exactly. Everyone knows it's all BS. Fox News, CNN, we all know who controls it. But now you have independent news broadcasters, man. You can see them all over the internet. Yeah. This guy is filming from Iran. This guy is sending what's happening in India. It's Ukraine. These, you know, they got their so they've got social media channels that are for news. Yeah. So you can see real news, man. So you can see the narratives that are being shaped. What's the reality? Right, yeah. So that's how we know also we're at the end, because the elite Edom can't control the narrative anymore. The elite Edom can't control what we're fed anymore through news, etc., etc. People are woken up to them. Bro, we used to go to, you brothers, I remember, used to go to the BBC. Remember when you exposed the BBC, the paedophilia rings?
Yeah. That was forever ago. The statue of Prospero and Ariel.
And what it is and all that, the history behind it. But have you seen now, it's like actually mainstream media. Actually, Edomite outlets talk about it. So that's how you know that this truth has had an effect on the world, bro, because they're forced to have to acknowledge it's really the word that's done that.
Yeah, the light's
the fact that that's it.
And now it's all those things.
There's still more on this. There's still more on this. So it says what you just said there too. It says, therefore, whatsoever ye have spoken in the darkness shall be heard in the light, and that which ye have spoken in the ear in closet shall be proclaimed upon the housetops. Same thing. So when you reveal the stuff Esau does, which was darkness that he's hidden, we've shined light on it. Now everyone knows about it, man. You see it on social media, bro. Because on the Instagram, you know, some algorithms you see, I'm like, bro, this information, brothers were saying this 20 years ago.
Yeah,
so it's like, they're watching us too, man. People be watching. Bro, you'd be surprised, man. Obviously, you don't have the glory behind these people getting millions of views, but deep down they're getting info from you, and we get our glory from Yahweh anyway. You know what I'm saying? Our glory comes from the Heavenly Father anyway when it's due. We don't care about earthly glory, you know, people giving us millions of views. We just doing it anyway. But the point is, I've seen people with millions of views saying things we teach.
Yeah.
They're getting it from the Archeon, man. Even that whole manosphere is all information that we say.
Yeah.
Anyway, but that's another topic. But yeah, so we shining light on things.
Yeah, people are just like commercialize certain things of it. But that's the spirit of the times. It's now that all those, the thing is the lies Esau's constructed, people are seeing like that all those things are like in reality it's fictional. They're not really real. Like they've tried to engage with it. Then they're thinking like, yo, shit ain't working out.
Yeah.
And now they're like, okay, well, fuck it. It's like, especially you mentioned the manosphere thing, dealing with women's one thing. The monetary system, those people that were like, oh, go uni, get a job, you do this, you do that.
Didn't know nothing about. So there's two chairs. Just sort that out. Yeah. Come. Be careful, bro. Yeah, there's 2 chairs. Just sort this out, bro.
Yeah.
You guess, bro.
Saying like thingy, go uni, get a job.
Well, why don't you sit
Then
with
afterwards-
this pioneer?
Yeah.
You can get a chair and sit there. Here.
And then thingy.
Back to work. No problem, bro. Sit there. Yeah, bro, go on that.
Yeah. No, it said like what you're meant to be able to go uni, get a job, do all these things, then life's gonna work out. But it's the reality is a lot of people realizing that whole pathway to life doesn't really exist. There's people who are like, oh, now they're saying like, oh, I'm never gonna be able to get a house. I'm never gonna be able to have a family. I'm not gonna be able to do all these things that my parents, my grandparents did. Because why? Because this place is done. That whole spirit's come off. And it's to the point, and this is the thing is, these things were known, anyone that was in the know really knew. It's a lot of those things, even from back in the 80s. Oh, shit, careful.
It's alright, bro.
But yeah, a lot of those things from back in the 80s, you could kind of see the writing was on the wall.
Yeah.
But then it was only really revealed, in this, well, it's only coming to its fullness now. I read this, Isaiah 47:1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground, there is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans. For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. And it's funny because underneath Trump, you really have that spirit of tender and delicateness going out the window. With Biden, they tried to kind of still have tried to have an extension of that Obeezy spirit. But it's funny, even with the Obeezy spirit, like the reality of what he was saying, it's funny because they mentioned like even the deportations. They said Obeezy did more deportations in his tenure than Trump's done since he came in. And then it's the same thing with the wars as well. They said, oh, Obama did more drone strikes in 4 years than in 4 years than what's his name? Was it George Bush did prior? Because why? These things
I'll put it to him when he.
Oh yes, sir.
yeah, okay.
You wanna speak on anything.
But then it's why it's the reality is that so-called great era of America.
You mentioned Obama, that motherfucker, when he got a Nobel Peace Prize, that
Yeah,
same night they were bombing Yemen.
Yeah. It was. Bro, I remember it was like they said it was it was ridiculous. It's like these peace prize for being black, bro.
The
And
Pete is,
that's
yeah, because he absolutely, as we know that they set these people up, but he didn't do nothing for. Remember, he was meant to be the one to change Jake's story. First of all, he's not even of an Israelite line, man.
No.
And then when he came in power, the dude, he got a peace prize, and they were bombing Yemen. That's Esau's. Esau, his factions, they have to portray themselves as angels of light, innit? But then at the same time, they're destroying you.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, bro, you mentioned it, man.
I'll read a bit more. It says, take the millstones and grind mill, uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the fire, pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. So yeah, the nakedness was uncovered. All those things, that's the thing is even during like the 80s, before you had the internet go mainstream, a lot of these things might have been known of, but then they hadn't really got a channel to go into the mainstream. With the internet, with like social media especially, you kind of have a nice, easy route for something to happen and then it get out. That's why it's like, even with, I remember it was like probably like 2010 was like the last time there was a big push for like protests for Palestine and all that, where they were saying, oh, what Israel's doing, blah, because I remember I was in uni at the time, like 2010, 11, and there was a lot of people protesting, saying, oh, do you want to come and protest? But then it wasn't on the scale of how it was recently.
Bro, do you know what you see? That's how you know. But what's going on recently is it's a design, because that land's been, them guys been being in concentration camps for years. You know what I'm saying? That whole, we knew about the Palestine issue's been going on for generations since these motherfuckers all got the land. First and foremost, from when they got the land, because that's our land. That land is the land of the Negro, Hispanic, Native American people. We got the history to back it up, plus the Bible that are now descendants. And the point is, that land's been in turmoil ever since Jake left it, the true people. But the point is, as well, that stuff's been going on. It's just now Esau, the New World Order, has to push that Muslim versus Western world narrative.
That's
Albert Pike.
Albert Pike.
Yeah. So that has to be on the forefront of the mind of the people, because that thing's got. Bro, we see it when brothers at camp. How many people bug out at the campsite?
Yeah.
They don't even know what's going on. As soon as they see Israel, is that they think we're supporting the genocide,
it's
and
looking like just disappointed. I'm like, bro,
exactly.
It's like, what are you even?
This stuff's been going on. You said 2010 they were telling you come to protest. This has been happening. It's just now they're controlling the mind of the conscious mind of the public to split things.
Yeah. Because even with that control as well, it's got more powerful.
Yeah.
With the modern technology, that's a big part of modern technology is control. Because that's what a lot of their research goes into. It's like even during after the onset of TV was kind of what they call popular culture, was basically designed built around TV. There was a limited amount of channels, so how much TV shows you could see, how many movies could be spoke about, what kind of artists and music could be shown on it. That was limited. So there was very particular kind of sphere of things
that was
people
controlled.
could engage with.
Yeah.
And now it's like social media is kind of those levers.
Even I'm sorry, bro.
Now it's just they get you talking about, because with the Israel-Palestine thing, they got everyone engaging with it. Just like with the pandemic, when it was getting the jump shots, then it was like, everyone was saying okay, go on social media and say I got mine done, blah blah blah. You should get yours and whatnot. Like they use those things as a form of control.
Yeah, even what you're saying, bro. Even I remember. I mean, all of us in here will remember when Channel 5 first came out. TV before, if you didn't have cable and all that, TV was 4 channels. So you're right. Narratives were shaped by the basic information you were given. But I noticed we also grew up in an era when the phones and things started to become more accessible to the world. And I remember, because don't you remember when videos that included any kind of violence, they were like shocking videos.
Yeah.
Shit, did you see them videos? There might have been some shit out in the Far East of something, and people had it circulating on their some wild shit, and it was on your phone, and people had it in school. Now, drip phones, Now, violent videos are every day. You're conditioned to this stuff. They condition you. They wean you into this stuff. So it's not abnormal. So now when police come bursting people's doors, you got things today like ICE. It's not shocking. It's like people have been conditioned to this violent stuff for years and years and years. It's a new old order, bro. And the new old order has always been a process. It's not something they just brought in one day. They slowly programmed you to what's happening today. You know what I'm saying? So then they can nullify you. So there's no rebellions. There's no people arguing against it. This is the world we're in. The only rebels to the system in reality is the brothers. This word and teaching the truth. In fact, you got something that you want to read something?
I've got something quick.
Go on.
We're talking. Psalms 58:2.
Yeah.
Yea, in heart ye work wickedness, ye weigh the violence of your hands in the earth.
That's you speak it. You go into it.
Yeah, man. That's like the brothers are going into. That's basically what this man's doing. In Revelation, it says he takes peace from the earth. So every move he makes, which is calculated, because it says in Micah that they think about this in their beds. This is what they think about all the time. And every time they go up on the podiums after some shit's happened, what do they talk? They talk about it in their code. They'll say, "Yeah, we're moving towards a new world order." They put their codes out there, which we know what they're saying. And they're doing that through their blessing, which is what Esau's blessing is: a sword, violence.
It's the sword, deception.
That's
part of it. Because remember, deception's part of too, bro. But Esau's
that's his playbook.
It's his playbook, bro. Yeah. But it goes into what you were saying, information and how things are now given to us, and that it's crazy, bro. And you see how now the Lord and we know it's Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, because even the way the Lord did it is things are speeding up. It's moving faster to this end. You know what I'm saying?
Back to the Lenin quote, man, that Apostle has brought out quite a few times, man. There's decades where nothing happens, and there's weeks where decades happen, and we're in the midst of one of those that period, man, where decades is happening. Off the back of Trump, the older brother, Rakaya Kwan put me up on this. I forgot this woman, but she basically said they did like a ritual where they basically, all these Magi slept together, not having sex, but slept in a
Same room,
sacred
same
place
bed.
or something. Yeah. And they all wanted to have the same dream. So they all had the dream that Donald Trump was basically the best guy for the job. And she was kind of like, how does that make sense? But he said he's gonna make us awaken. He's gonna force the world's hand. So he's gonna bring about the new world order. That's what it is.
And it's no coincidence he's fired up.
There
And you
you
know
go.
what you just said, bro, you know, think about it this way as well, what you said as well, and what you missed deep what you said, because bro, when brothers get together, the spirit flows. So they do the same stuff.
There you go.
They all, like you said, they all slept. It wasn't sexual, but they're all in the same. Certain areas that they're doing things. Why? Because they're conjuring. Their minds work together in wickedness.
Yeah.
So you know the battle. That's the battle. But it's no coincidence. Trump's doing what what you just said.
Yeah.
He's fired up, man.
Yeah.
He's making that stuff happen. That ain't no coincidence. Trump is another. He's an elitist. He works for them, bro. You know. And then the spirit is the apostles. You know, call the guy Nero. We call him Nero because we know that's him. Man, them elites, they must know through us too. This guy's Nero. He's got to be the forefront guy. He's the guy to bring this all in.
Let me quickly read this.
Yeah. So
And then you can read that.
Okay, you know
My
there's a quote that I was looking for. I'll read it. It's on BBC. So it was at Davos. So the Davos WEF forum. There was a back and forth, and then what was it? It says I believe it was the Danish. So it comes after French President Emmanuel Macron warned of a shift towards a world without rules, and Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney said the old order is not coming back. So him saying that, I was like, damn. I was like, at Davos they're saying. I was like, yeah, they're saying it's not going to go back to how things were. So whatever's going on now, that's all structuring towards that new structure.
And you see it's ever changing because when you go back to COVID, what was they saying? It's a new normal.
Yeah.
So
The
we're
WEF
just
pushed that heavy as well.
We're just going through phases. That's just moment to moment is a phase by phase, you know, in this man's agenda to get to the end goal. So I'll quickly read this. It's Micah 2:1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light,
See,
they
that's what
practice
I was
that.
like, I need to look into.
They practice it because it is in the power of their hand. And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away.
Yeah.
So they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage. But the point is, it goes into the Magi sleeping, you know, to get the same dream, for it to be established as a vision. You know, they devise iniquity upon their beds.
Yeah.
You know, they're conjuring up demons. Right? They have power in that.
Yeah, right off the back of that, what you guys were saying. It's saying Ephesians 6:12, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. So, you know, land back on what you guys were saying, you know, it's the same thing, man. Like Amon said, you know, we get in the spirit on the right hand side, but they get in the spirit on the left. You know what I mean? And the scriptures tell us that, man, you know, what we're up against. We're not ignorant of that. You got your average Joe, everyday Edomite, you know, he's a racist and, oh, mate, yeah, whatever. But it goes higher than that, man. You got elites that are actually, like, communing with Satan and demons and stuff. And then they'll get on the podium or whatever, inauguration and all that shit. And you just think your vote actually mattered, which is an insult anyway. You know, when you know what's really going on, you don't have a vote. But that's just to keep the people asleep. But behind closed doors, they're speaking with demons, man. And ultimately to get their agendas pushed on the left-hand side, man. You know?
Yeah, bro. That's it, man. Yeah, read that beginning part again, bro.
Yeah,
No, it's alright, man. You know, it's alright, bro. We have to keep.
Ephesians 6:12.
Someone's got to be like, you know. Go on, bro. Go on, bro.
Ephesians 6:12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world.
So the battle we're battling ain't even nothing to do with a carnal battle. It's a spiritual, man. And then you arm yourself with the word. That's the power. The only thing that combats the way the world thinks and the system and the new world order is the word. That's the hedge. And you know where you see it. You know where you see it because when you analyze the world and the people in the world, you see how easy they're just swayed if anything the system tells them, which is the elites. If you're not, basically, the point is, if you're not in the word, your mind's controlled by the wicked powers, man, the wicked elite.
Yeah.
So we battling against them with this word, man. Okay, that's what combats it. That's the reality, man. You see it, bro. You know, like once you see this truth, once you open your eyes to the word, you can't unsee it anymore. You see it in when you watch the bloody fucking Westminster. You see they always. I'm not gonna do it because they'll loop the video, but you know they'll show you monochronotos when they're speaking. They always throw something in there. They show you their allegiance.
And it's like you always see those pictures of them shaking hands.
Yeah,
those particular hand
exactly.
signs as well.
Exactly, bro.
And it's like that's something that still stays flying over people's heads.
It goes flying over their head. They're showing you right in your face, man. Do you remember even Jim Carrey? Jim Carrey, you know, like he's fed up with the society.
Yeah.
Bro, do you remember he came out and he done like this Illuminati? Remember that? He done this like Illuminati. I'm not gonna do it because they'll loop the video. But he done that diamond and then stuck his tongue out.
Yeah.
And they said, "You know what I'm saying?" to Letterman or whoever it is. You know what I'm saying? And then I went up. People just the goyim are clapping to it. He's telling you, you know, the insider shit.
Let me read this to back up the
like,
point. Proverbs 6:12. A naughty person, a wicked man walketh with a forward mouth. He winketh his eyes and he winketh his eyes, he speaketh with his feet, he teacheth with his fingers, frowardness is in his heart, he deviseth mischief continually, he soweth discord. Therefore shall his calamity come suddenly, suddenly shall he be broken without remedy. So this man. So go.
No, I was saying that's a lot of these things are in code. And it's about being an insider, because it's the same thing as far as with the truth. It's like you can have people that, you know, they might watch, they might engage, they might know certain things, but then it's like really you have to live and experience it to be, you know, part of this. And that's what is the same on the left hand side. You have those where it's like they're initiated. So what's the quote from
Dark Knight.
The Batman Begins, where he says, "Oh, but we are initiated, aren't we, Bruce?" Oh no, Dark Knight Rises, yeah. So that's like being part of the initiated is basically knowing what those symbols mean, what they do, and it is spiritual wickedness in high places, because that's Isaiah 47:12. The stand now will die enchantments. Those are really the bedrock of how Esau functions and maneuvers through his world. The reason why it's like, you know, you have New Year's Eve as a celebration. You have on the winter solstice, celebration of Christmas. You got the spring equinox where they have Easter, Ishtar. All these things are based off witchcraft. The things that Easter, like they'll have. Why is it they're sending things into space named after Greek gods, Roman gods? They got all the planets are named after gods as well. So these things are basically the bedrock of how Esau functions, but then it's lost on the people thinking, oh, just, you know, science and blah, blah. But then why is it your elites are off keeping religious observations on the left-hand side? Because why? As far as for them, they know that's the origin and the root of their power.
I had a quick precept. Read the whole chapter is good. Let's get to the point. This is Psalm chapter 64, going into the elites, yeah? Verse 7, it says, "But Yahweh Shemiel Shai," I'll read it from 6. "They search out iniquities, they accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thought of every one of them, and the heart is deep." Going into what the brothers are saying, you know, all their signs, symbols, going back to their mystery schools and all the knowledge that they have on the left-hand side, which they use to govern, right? But the scriptures say this, it says, "But Yahweh Shemiel Shai shall shoot at them with an arrow, suddenly shall they be wounded." Now that's twofold. Obviously, ultimately, it's talking about the missiles, but the arrows are also talking about the truth that we're on the right-hand side, that we're shooting at this devil, exposing him, you know? Because you got truthers out there. You can go on YouTube, you can go on Rumble, Odyssey, and they'll tell you the Rothschild family, and this and that, great. But would they tell you that they're Edomites? Would they tell you that they're Esau? Would they tell you they're blessing? Why are they doing what they're even doing? What's the conclusion? Why are they going up into these bunkers? What's going to happen? The only ones that are doing that are the prophets of the Lord.
Yeah.
You know, the Hebrew Israelites are the only ones exposing that. And really, great millstone. You know, so.
No, you're right. Because we got the secrets of the Lord, innit? You know, we know the deeper things, bro. You know what I mean? Even now, you're seeing it now. Even all this world, the way the world is, you know, race issues. And I've seen videos of people talking about the black and white and it's not real. It was made up at this time. Where are they getting all that from? They're getting it from the Archeam that have been doing countless videos on it. So you're right. It's deeper than, it's like, that's the same thing. Remember, we always make that joke. Or when we say who rules the world, the people that own Baby Johnson, that who's they? The people that own, what other big Fortune 500 companies are there, man? JP Morgan, Woolgard's, or all this, people that own Kellogg's. It's like, well, who are they? Motherfucker, like, they'll take you down this whirlpool. Well, who are they? Who are they, man? It's the bankers, bro. And then the international bankers understand they're from the line of Eden. They know it. There's even a document on the Rothschild family where it goes into them knowing that they're Eden. Even hence their name change, etc., etc.
Why they call themselves the Rothschild?
That's it. There you go, bro. They know what time it is. So all these things, and they know who the Israelites are. So they know information, man. It's all about power as well as information. If you remember, what's that movie, bro? With Denzel Washington. He's like
Book of Eli.
Book of Eli, the fucking bad guy, Gary Oldman.
Yeah.
All he wanted was the Bible. And he kept saying, "There's power in the book. There's power in the book." The guy the soldier. His minions didn't understand why he's going so hard for this book.
It's just a book.
He knows this is you can. So the point where I'm saying that there's power in information. The true information, there's power in it. You control people with it. You know. So the elites, they don't like the fact that we are actually revealing this every day. You know, what does the Bible says? It says we our tower. Roughly paraphrasing, we're gonna get it, the tower, and we're basically pulling down strongholds with the word. So every time you bring the word out, it's pulling down a brick of Esau society. It's like a parabolic, but you gotta look at it like that.
Quick precept on that. Alright, bro. This is Psalms 52. Few verses start from verse 1. It says, "Why boastest thou thyself in mischief, O mighty man? The goodness of the Most High endureth continually. The tongue deviseth mischief, like a sharp razor, working deceitfully. Thou lovest evil more than good, and lying rather than to speak righteous. Thou lovest all devouring words, O thou deceitful tongue. God shall likewise destroy thee forever. He shall take thee away, and pluck thee out of thy dwelling place, and root thee out of the land of the living." Selah. So that's pretty much it, man. He's got an evil tongue, man. Because to push a lie, you got to know elements of the truth to go contrary to that. So they know who they really are. Like Naposh said, you know, they know they're the Edomites, but they'll never come out and say it. They'll push every other, oh, wear this, wear that. You know, likewise on the true Israelites, man. You know, the real Israelites, us. You know, how many times has the bywords and the names we've gone by changed? You know, it's colored, Negroes,
Exactly.
you know,
African
Americans.
You know what I'm saying?
These are all social constructs, man.
That's it. And you know what? It was even better when we were motherfucking called colours and all that.
Right.
Like they went through. And you know who you got to blame for that? Jesse Jack. We call him Jesse Jack. Jesse Jackson. He was part of the African American thing.
Yeah.
You know, because they always set up these damn puppets that help to push the narrative. But you're right, bro.
That's fried Jake's brain.
Jake's brain. But really, where the Israelites, even the dreamer himself, Martin Lucifer, we call him Lucifer, Martin Luther King. You know what I'm saying? He's a big thing. He's Martin Luther King. Listen, he stood up for certain things, but he was a sellout. But Martin Luther King, what did he say? He said, "I've been to the mountaintop." Basically, he was telling the people that they're Israelites. You know what I'm saying? Basically, indirectly. You know, all that. I have a dream and all that.
You should have just said where the Israelites.
Yes, that's great. The point is, but what shows you that is that he was set up.
Yeah.
You know, even in the Malcolm X movie with Denzel Washington, which is a good movie, but in the Malcolm X movie, it shows you Harlem, and it shows you like a man on a podium speaking about getting right and all that. And you know, I've heard brothers mention that was Abba Bivens, basically they put in the movie because who produced that? Spike Lee. Spike Lee knows about Israel, and they put these things in the movies. You get what I mean? But you know, it was a Muslim narrative, but it was a man on a podium telling Jake to get right in that movie. You know what I'm saying? You see it and then they're looking at him like a crackpot and all that.
It's funny as well because even the Muslim thing as well, that's making a resurgence. And I was thinking, it's like, bro, they got like the Tate brothers out here talking about Islam, and I'm like, bro, like, what the hell are these guys got to do with Islam? Like that's you mentioned like the red pill thing is like a spin off for the truth.
Yeah.
But then it's like a corruption of those things. It's just there to mislead.
That's
But them guys all set up. And I'm like, bro, the way lifestyle, I was like, what are you talking about, Muslim, bro? But it's there to distract Jake, man.
Yeah. Yeah, man. That's what it, yeah, go on, bro.
Yeah, I got I'll read this. Just Psalms 83:2. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up their head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. And that crafty counsel, that's the brothers going into these things. The elite have really put together. They've they've accomplished a diligent search. They're wiser than Daniel. Esau's got access to different logs of history, different things where he can actually go and be like, okay, he can put together what's what, who's who, and then like you said, he needs to have an aspect to the truth to tell the lie. And that's really why it's like you go into the modern day. It's funny because everything that the way the elite deal with things, they live a completely different life to the average Joe. They've got the average Joe engaging with, democracies. Oh, you're thinking about sciences. You're thinking about these things, like old technology. But then what's the lifestyle these guys are living? These guys have got natural farms. They've got estates off in the countryside. They're living a completely different lifestyle.
Yeah.
It's really the low level illuminated ones where they'll have them in public kind of, out and doing certain things.
They're like front men.
Yeah.
For them. Yeah.
So it's really like it's all kept in the dark, man.
Do you remember when Alex Jones had the plastic Jesus on thing and he said oil boy? Remember that?
Yeah.
And then
Oil.
And remember the oil boy? What's his name? What's that Cesare boy? David. Yeah, he called him oil boy and all that. And then do you remember when he goes?
David wasn't even playing that shit.
Well, remember David was kind of palming stuff off. David the Rothschild. But do you remember when he went? Do you remember when he actually was going into it and David the Rothschild actually was telling him, "Look, man, basically I grow my stuff organically."
Yeah.
They're actually discussing certain things.
Yeah.
And then, because we know Alex Jones is an insider, but then what did he say? He said to him, David the Rothschild was letting him know, look, man, it's unfortunate and whatnot. Yeah. Then he basically was telling him, all my stuff is we grow it all natural,
yeah.
Basically.
So you should try your best to do.
It goes into what you're saying, man.
That's the thing. And that's like the people everyone's worried about. They're talking about Elon Musk, what's the Jeff Bezos and whatnot. They're distracted by them. Even what's his name, Bill Gates as well. But then those guys are really on the lower level. They're the ones that are the public front. But then that's the thing is they've realized with keeping themselves in the dark, then there's a lot less scrutiny and a level of control. They want to be like the Most High.
I've got it. I've got that as well.
Okay, yeah,
I've got that.
as well.
So it says Thessalonians,
yeah.
Second Thessalonians. I had it right here. 2 Thessalonians 2. Where is it? I'm still like it now. 2 Thessalonians 2 from 3. It says, "Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition."
Yeah, man of sin being revealed. That's the thing is now's the time when, because the Bible mentioned it's like you can go to these truthers, they'll tell you, it's they'll tell you a portion of it, but then you're not going to know about Esau. And that's a big one, revealing who Esau is. Because even in the Zondervan Bible Dictionary, they said Esau's the only neighbor of the Israelites where there was no promise of future mercy. Because they know, that's like, damn, you need to know who he is.
And that was written by E.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
It says, the son of perdition, who it opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God, or the Lord, or that is worshipped, so that he as the power sitteth in the temple of the power, showing himself that he is the power. Remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things.
Yeah, that's as far as who, that guy that's trying to put himself as an image of God. You have the Sistine Chapel, where you have that image of what's meant to be Adam, what's meant to be the Most High. They made him into some white guys, and it's like, that is anytime you might watch a YouTube documentary, you might watch anything, they talk about, God,
then that's going to be the image they put. They'll say, oh, Adam, creation. There's the Adam and Eve image. That's also, they're going to have one of those Renaissance artworks. Whenever they talk about that, whenever they talk about any Bible story, you're seeing some Renaissance artwork pop up of them. Like Samson, they'll have that, David, whatever. So they've basically established themselves in that slot. Where they're trying to be the Most High, try to be the chosen people, basically everyone. Because why? They know there's power in image. That's why they've taken control of it. That's why it's like even with the modern systems of control, social media, these things, TV, Hollywood, even music, all these things, image comes in. Someone could be doing classical music, even with classical, there's an image of what you're kind of expecting with those things. Anytime they talk about what's his face, like Mozart or Beethoven or whatever, they've got an image associated with those things where they're basically utilizing that as a way, control and get the minds of the people.
Yeah.
Where Esau,
image is powerful.
Yeah, Esau's he's the ultimate auteur of every form of artwork, musics, paintings, whatever, acting, any kind of historical, powerful nation. He was the head. He's basically got his image tied to that, and that's why people are like, oh, Esau's going down. They're bugging out.
It's funny man. The other day I was like, image is powerful because I was checking movies. Things that I've seen over the years. There's a movie called American Ninja. Yeah, it's like one of them corny ass action flicks. But I grew up watching it, and then I was watching it. I said, bro, imagine I was watching some white American brothers and ninja. Like I was like, what the fuck is this? And he's defeating all the Japanese brothers. You get me? I was like, yo, this is some fucking imagery power, bro. I mean, it's corny ass cornball movies, but its image is power. It goes into what you're saying. So you've been getting brainwashed from a youth.
Even I was bored yesterday, so I've watched Homeland on Netflix, the pilot.
Oh, Homeland,
yeah. I just started it because I know I watched it later on, a little before. But basically, what happened was is the way the guy's beating up the black soldier and the way he's behaving. I just thought, like, even when he's like, "Oh, you're going too hard," and he's like fucking his missus for the first time. I was thinking these lot have to portray E in a certain light, like there's a certain manner they want to present him. This guy beat up a black guy, but in reality, it's like Jake is extremely
the other way around.
Yeah, formidable.
Way around.
Why is Judah, Gad, Reuben all up in the fucking and then all the other tribes,
military, all
of that.
They're all, and that's what they know. The trope is that we're violent.
Even the early
masculine and violent.
Yeah. And
so
he's an animal.
You can just beat us up.
Basically, you say you dealt with a Jake. You dealt with a Jake. That's what that was showing in that. And you know what? It's funny because you mentioned that what you said, Paya. Like the pioneers of like for example, karate in America. That really came from the GIs that was stationed in Japan, and they came to America and they started teaching because in America in like the 70s and all that, the ghetto had the best karate. Karate was big. Boxing was big and karate was big. They were like the big things. So karate that the GIs brought back, they learned that from the Okinawans. So it was learned the rough way in the American ghettos, man. Not like what now you see watered down versions of it, but it was taught the traditional way from the black GIs when they came to the Americas, man. You know what I mean? So you might see like because why I'm saying that because in America, for example, Chuck Norris is like a Hollywood hero for karate. So really that was a style the Jakes learned from the Japanese trainers and brought it back.
Well, I remember
what Chuck Norris, man.
Positano talking about the Jakes were wearing the kung fu slippers and whatnot.
Yeah.
They're wearing, and I remember it's like even in movies and whatnot, you always kind of see like Jakes just kind of in that fit. Because why they were getting into the martial arts, they're learning all that. But then it's like you said, the image because you think about American like old school karate, you're gonna think, oh, Chuck Norris.
Chuck Norris,
he's been pushed, he's still pushed to this day, really, in that kind of seat.
Even that damn Bruce Lee. We know Bruce Lee's an Israelite, right? Bruce Lee. Remember he had that. Remember Kung Fu, the show. That was his idea. It was like a traveling martial artist, but they gave it to James Carradine. James Carradine is going to space. Say
No, I just because I used to watch it, innit?
It's a good ass show. It was like he was looking for his long lost brother and all that, and he was on his journeys.
Yeah.
He's having martial battles.
And
That was
some
Bruce's
was the
idea.
cop.
Yeah.
Some was the cop, yeah.
And that was martial law. Not martial law. Sorry.
Martial art.
No, Kung Fu it was called.
Yeah.
James Carradine, who remember James Carradine in Kill Bill? He was Bill, the last guy. They put him because he's more Western looking. They didn't want Bruce at the forefront, but it was his idea, man.
It was
So
the
like
same-
David Carradine.
David Carradine. Sorry.
Yeah.
I got that man. David Carradine. That's right.
It was the same thing with what's it called? What was the other thing? It was when the Green Hornet.
Mm-hmm.
The Green Hornet, because originally I think it was meant to be Bruce Lee as the Green
As
Hornet.
Kato.
But
As
then
the-
it's
as the main man.
Yeah,
Sorry,
as a Green
sorry.
Hornet. But then they made him Kato,
Kato,
where
yeah.
he's like the driver.
Yeah.
Because we can't have an Asian guy as a main character.
Right.
But then it was like as Kato, he's still iconic. But then that's
Kato was why people watched it.
yeah.
Because really, he basically bro, you can't hide ability.
Bring the
Like
flavor.
you see,
Yeah.
Kato, Bruce, he was doing shit like leaping and kicking light bulbs.
Yeah.
The other dude couldn't do that, and he's the main character. So the point is, this guy, like there's some stuff you watch, and it's like the sidekick is the main piece.
Yeah.
What they want to push as the sidekick. You know what I'm saying? That just shows you. We're going into it, that imagery. They didn't want him at the forefront of it. It's the same stuff, man. They wanted to put like E at the light of it.
Mm-hmm.
But
It's the same shit, bro.
Look at Marvel and DC and all that. They all had like people that were writing it. They always used to write the superheroes as Amalek.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But really, that's really our people.
Yeah, you're right,
really,
bro.
we're really the super, the super people on the earth.
And they know it. They know it.
They know
They know it. But see, the difference is Jake don't need fucking Hollywood. The Jakes do things in real life. There's feats you hear of a Jake that Esau can't attain in real life.
Well, you know what example we could just put to is what's it? I Shall Speak. My
Yeah.
man's like just popping around like North Africa.
Mhm.
Man he was in Morocco, he was in Algeria, he was in whatever.
Ethiopia.
This guy was just like he was just standing there, just doing acrobat, just playing football, whatever. I might doing backflips.
Out jumping the Kushites.
Yeah, bro.
Out jumping them.
I was like, this guy's one of those super like legendary athletes.
And they just follow him.
Yeah, and it's like people are just like speed, because he's iconic, and it's like he's just some Jake who's just in his room, and then he just built all that off it because he's just got that much flavor. Then he's going everywhere, so he's engaging with the culture, I was like, damn, I was like, this is why you can't have give Jake anything, because how's Esau gonna shine against? Like he ain't even doing anything.
And
He's walking around.
Esau knows that, man.
Well, Bruce Lee's first student was Jake, innit? Well, he's Jake himself.
Yeah,
but,
Jesse
like,
Glover.
There you go. So like, we were always into that, man. It's really, it really resonates with our spirit,
Yeah.
You had the David, the Mighty Men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And back then, we were conquering everyone.
Yeah, that's why they're all upset.
We're taking out
These
everyone.
guys were like, yo, it's like, fuck these guys, bro.
And they know it.
What
They
was
know
it,
it, bro.
Revelation 11, man. These two prophets
Tormented
tormented
them.
us. All these nations are thinking like, yo, these guys can't ever get in power again.
Look at Morocco right now, man. I know there's Jakes over there, don't get it twisted, but hey man, I never knew you guys applied to be in the EU, man.
Yeah, but you know what, bro? There is Jake, but you have to be realistic.
That's it.
You know, like you said, we always do that, but
bro.
for the sake of being fair and spiritual, we say that, innit?
I'm saying that because I thought there was a lot more Jakes.
Yeah.
But now when I see their patterns of behaviour, I'm like, that ain't Jake like, you know what I mean? It's very like
It's gonna be a mix among those, like especially North Africa.
I know what you're saying, but I'm just saying like
It's culturally how they grow up.
how they
and get
them
man
culturally they're Jake have a certain culture to them. Like it's like look at all the like West African countries. They're basically like more, kind of like
closer to that Jake.
But then these guys like they'll just like doing underhand tactics that you see like usually heathens do, like we're not gonna win, so let's win somehow kind of thing. Because Jake Jake being around other nations, it's like a torment. It's like, I never win. I can never be anything. So they have to. What did Esau do with You just gotta look at Esau. Look at Cain and Abel. Cain was a fuck up. And Abel was doing the right thing. He just made him feel insecure of himself. Like, oh, fuck this guy. I gotta kill him. And that's why Esau's doing all this shit he does to us. Because he sees you and in your spirit, you're just content, and you don't have. I remember I was working one time, and there was one other girl I worked with, a Sierra Leonean girl, and I remember we were just kind of bubbly vibing, whatever. And there was one, she's probably an Edomite girl, French Edomite girl, and she's like, "Why are you so happy?" And she said that to the girl. It's just like, just life, you know. She's just this girl's like vibrant, the Sierra Leonean girl, one of them lively kind of Jake women. Yeah, life, you know.
She's thinking you should be dead.
Yeah.
And all that.
Yeah, well,
like, why are you so happy?
Yeah,
That's
it, basically.
You shouldn't be.
You shouldn't be happy,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
because
but
you're like, she's a chubby, like, you know, not heavy,
Yeah, but you know, we
chubby
make
girl.
the Jake make lemons out of motherfucking that
Innit?
spirit. Wow.
And I was talking to her saying like, bro, why, like, got four limbs.
Exactly, man.
Where like it could be worse, kind of thing. But I could see that girl, she just wasn't content with herself, and she wasn't an ugly girl. She had things going for herself. But Jake, there's a certain type of vibrance and spirit that we have that other nations just look at and just like
soul,
you shouldn't, you shouldn't be happy. I got money. I got this. I should be happy with life.
I've got a precept after for you. After.
Yeah, because you just got me thinking. Edomites, you look at them in society, yeah, you know, they call them two-time losers. Like, they're already through, and they're at the height of their power.
Yeah,
they have to do all that slavery. They have to do everything in slavery, Jim Crow era, all of that, everything that they have to do, just to get us down to fuck up Jake. So you look at Jake, our generation, they're in the ghettos, they're fucked. Even then, we're still striving for excellence in every facet, Judah especially. So it's like, how are you going to keep us?
There you go.
Look at Nerva, Roman Empire. They started getting up 96 AD. Nerva was in there. How did it happen? You know, it's excellence, man.
Through excellency of spirit.
There's only so much you keep. It's like a boy. You keep pushing it down. It's gonna keep coming up.
I got that Kanye West song, get up, they get down, get up. Let it go. Play.
I got one off.
Because the Lord gave us resilience, man.
And with that type of blood, what did Kanye West say with that? I was arrested for the city, and she said, with
I was born to be different.
With that type of blood, I was born to be different. Hey,
I got a
precept. I got, bro.
The Lord gave one key quality. The Lord gave us Israelites is resilience, man.
Yeah.
Even going back to
you can't break Jake.
You can't break Jake, man.
The only person that can destroy you is the Heavenly Father.
Yeah.
And remember, the Lord. Remember when he got so angry, I will destroy all of them and make stones, my people. He's the only one that can do that. So and the elite of Edom know it, because what did they say? What did the Most High do to the elites? He said, look, if you can dig the earth, if you can go to the sea, if you can do this shit that's unimaginable, then I'll do away with them.
And that's what they don't realize. When you see, people don't see this word is multifaceted. It covers a broad spectrum of things. Because they've sat down and said, right, if we, the Lord basically said that we can't be beat on every plane. That's what he's getting at when he said that. He's not going to take us away from being his people. So there's something fine-tuned within us that's always going to be, I was looking up the word dignitary, right? Basically means someone of a reputable standing within society, like a ruler. And that obviously a synonym, well, it's not a synonym, but it rooted in the word dignity. Esau don't have no dignity. Like that come about because I was looking at the way, like I can't believe, like if you see, because I was just going through like Twitter and threads and looking at some of the stuff, like Moroccans are saying, they say, oh, you cheated us. A man's actually saying to FIFA they did black magic. And like, they're like, yeah, they did black magic. And I'm thinking, are you not embarrassed? Like that you're actually
which they all do, by the way.
That's it.
Yeah.
But the point being is they don't have all these heathen nations don't have they don't have dignity. And when you go into it, the law, statutes, and commandments, that's written within us, give us dignity. So no matter what situation you put us in, where you're gonna find a dignitary within us.
That's it.
It's gonna,
it'll come out.
The education, educare. The spirit within us is gonna come out. And you're gonna see the God within us. You can't. There's no taking it away.
It's like just off that point, real quick. Even in ancient Egypt, the Lord said, well, it's written, it's recorded, where it said, the more they oppressed us, the more we grew.
Yep.
So that's that resilience. And then on that whole dignity part, when the Lord sent Moses back to Pharaoh, he said, I will make you a God unto Pharaoh.
Mhm.
So it's like no matter the oppression we get, there's a level of resilience and dignity within us that it's like, yo man, we're gonna regulate the situation and still operate.
Yeah.
Make it work. I
Make
got
it
something.
work.
I got something on those
Yeah,
points.
of course I know.
Second, 1 Peter 2:9. But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye should show forth the praises of him who have called you out of darkness into his marvelous light. You know, so that goes into that. I mean, even Jake be bugging in the world, but they still have a difference to them and the other nations. But I say with us now, because we know the word now, it's even more. There's a way we know shit, man.
They're not all Israel that are of Israel.
Yeah.
We represent the truth. And I was thinking about this
Priesthood,
yesterday
man.
as well. We represent, the kings and priests spoke of in the book of Exodus 19. We are Zion, the Zion one, the monument. Because I was reasoning with you when I was here yesterday.
Yeah.
I was saying, about like rubbing, fucking rubbing these heathens' noses in their shit. Like, being unapologetic,
Genetically.
like an Israelite, like being showing the God within.
Yeah.
So they know, like, look, you ain't gonna break me. That's the way we're meant to be. What the Heavenly Father is, Yahweh Bar Shem Shai Bar Shem Harakah Kodash. We're projecting that onto the people. Yeah, you got niggas out here. You got them that behaving mischievously out here.
Yeah.
But we're set up to basically debunk, they get, you get to meet a nigga that sells you like a fucking a rap or, sells you some drugs or lean or whatever, some balloons, and you're like, yeah, he's a nigga, and I bet he raps, he's got a knife.
All the shit that they can control. The
But
narrative.
then you meet an Israelite, then it's like,
He carries himself different.
He's an alien. Where did he come from? And that's how the Heavenly Father. And guess what? I'm saying vain little light things. The main thing that shows the greatness is the prophecy. When we're here pulling these things out of the Bible and showing your world is coming to its end, that's the mountaintop, the peak of it all. The Heavenly Father gave us His word.
But that goes into wisdom of Solomon. What you're saying? What was you gonna say, Romy? You want to say? Go on.
Precept,
Yeah, go on, bro.
Deuteronomy chapter 4 and 6. I'll start at 5 actually. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord Yahweh my power commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whither ye go to possess it. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this is a great nation, is a wise and understanding people.
Yep. Yeah, speak on it, bro.
Yeah, so that's it basically. What sets us above these nations is the scriptures, man.
Yeah.
And obviously back then it had to be written on stone, but we know the prophecies where it's going to be written in our inward parts. But right now, Judges 5:11, we're rehearsing the righteous acts. We've returned. We're not perfect, by the flesh, but Yahweh Shai's blood makes us perfect. Our attempt is perfected in Him. So
and with that in my blood, I was born. I can't erase lyrics in my head. He carried himself like that too, in the music world.
Yeah.
It makes you think of the Still Mac intro. Blood of a slave.
Yeah, 100%, man.
But yeah, so like,
no, that's pretty much it. So it's like when you walk with that adjusted mind frame now, you're different, man.
They can see that.
And even like just Jake in the world, like they don't know anything about this, but innately there's something within them where there's certain things Jake just don't do. You know what I mean? And like Edomites, other nations, they'll look at you like, and they'll be inwardly scoffing, innit? They're smiling in your face, but it's scoffing at you that you just have a class, you have a standard that you hold yourself by,
and it irritates
and it irritates their soul, man.
You have no class.
Well, it says when you lot were saying all that, wisdom of Solomon popped in man's brain. Remember it said that? It said, basically, is this the people? This is them when the time comes.
Oh yeah.
Because things are being revealed now, but it's gonna be the deliverance when people are getting beamed up. It's gonna just debunk everything people ever thought about in their lives. Shit, Negroes are getting beamed in ships. Hispanics, then it's gonna bug them out. White looking Jake, it's gonna make people trip.
But this is the funny thing because
It's all inside, man.
It goes back to what you were saying about fuck Nates, but because I was gonna say it, but someone said it. But it's like with E, his whole system is basically engineered in a way where it's like Esau is meant to be it. You know, you're basically meant to get the girl. You're meant to do this. You're meant to do that. You're meant to. So because TV has shown you that, and you've been fed that all your life for many generations. And then now when you go out into the world, you meet certain people that it's like, wait, hold on. He should be able to do that. How's he getting that? Why can he do this? So Esau's really created a whole world, a bubble that's not real and he can't keep up to it.
And it's
So now when he goes out and he's like, I'm meant to have this and he doesn't have it, there's a real bitterness, especially in this generation that we're in, whereby they feel like shit. Like, why, you know, that's why they'll pull over a Jake driving a nice car. He might be a square, but guess what? They'll be like, yeah, fuck you. How'd you sell drugs? You know, because it doesn't fit within the frame of what they constructed for themselves.
You know what's crazy? There's this episode of Atlanta, that TV series, right? Where the guy from, he's in a movie, he's like a high yellow Jake. I don't know his name, but yeah, he's like, it's him, the main guy.
Was he one in thingy?
He's in him.
He's in him.
He's the main character in
him.
The guy
that's the light skin one, yeah.
So
when he's passing.
yeah, he's in an episode where he can pass for so-called white, but he's really a Jake. His dad's a Jake straight up, So the whole time he's like
straight up. That's how we play, bro.
Yeah. And he's all doing this like he's playing the so-called white side.
Yeah.
And you know what? He's got a girl and all that, but it don't work out.
Yeah.
He loses her because he's trying to do all that. And then he's like, fuck it. He just embraces the Jake, and he's just working at some regular store, and he runs into his ex, and she's feeling him more than she was even feeling him when he was doing all that.
There you go.
Do you know what I mean? So it kind of like I saw that and I said, well, Jake had that. We have that presence. It's just how we are. It doesn't matter what situation we're in or your circumstance. You know what I mean?
You can still have it.
Yeah, but that made me think he still had the curses on him. It made me think.
Yeah.
They passed. It made me think they're still telling niggas go work in the like you can't be amongst us.
Yeah.
Even Malcolm X's mum in the autobiography, his mum was like a white passing. His mum, and she used to do like care work in like white sides of town. And then one day the kids came to find her, like Malcolm X and his brothers and siblings and all that. They came to find her. Then they what? Hold on, you got these bamboo youths. Like they looked at her like, here you got black youths and that. Then they fired her. Like, oh shit, because obviously she was hiding under that system.
Yeah.
You get me? Once they found out, you got these black youths and that. You're fired, basically. They found out she's black, basically. So she couldn't even avoid the curses. They so-called black, because there's no such thing as black. But the point is, that spirit will always come out, man. They'll find out. They'll find out. Yeah.
So grab your precepts and just...
Brothers, have you got something you wanted to bring out?
Yeah, I've got something quickly.
Just close on that.
Lamentation chapter 2 verse 15. All that pass by clap their hands at thee. They hiss and wag their heads at the daughter of Jerusalem, saying, is this the city that men call the perfection of beauty, the joy of all the earth? Which at one time we were. In the time of Solomon, we were the joy of the whole earth. So what does the elites do? They set up a system where everyone looks down at Jake and be like, really, is these guys? They got that meme, we was Kangs and all that. They got that online.
That joke.
Taking a Mickey. But you know what? Ultimately, we are the kings, man. We are the kings. And you know what? One more verse, it says, all thine enemies have opened their mouth against thee. They hiss and gnash their teeth. They say, we have swallowed her up. Certainly, this is the day that we looked for. We have found, we have seen it. And we're in that situation now. But the difference is that we're on a come up now because we're the truth. And it begins like the Brother Pyle was saying, it starts with what?
House of the Lord.
It starts with the house of the Lord. It's the house of David being brought up again, the tabernacles of David. And you know what? We've got that ruler class mentality. Doesn't matter what situation we're in. And people can see that off of you. You go to a place and people are like, oh shit, he's just different. You know
that's even why those memes and things are coming about, because they're trying to put Jake back in that old mindset. But then it's evident, it's like Jake has that presence where they're like, okay, actually I do have worth. I'm actually,
That's it.
And then
Jake, I see it more. I'm sorry, bro. Sorry.
No, sorry.
No, they're waking up more to that. It's like, bro, you can't the old narratives can't run anymore.
Yeah.
You know?
As well, even the whole Esau system is going down.
Oh, you mentioned I Show Speed.
Yeah.
You know, the dude was in Egypt
Yeah.
and he kept playing games with them. He said,
Yeah.
"Why is the noses broken off the Sphinx?"
Oh, yeah,
You know, 'cause
yeah.
Jake, he saw that shit and he's playing with them. 'Cause he's like, he
Why
was-
the nose though?
Right, yeah.
Yeah,
And they kept,
yeah.
then them whatever, because a lot of them people, the people in North Africa and that today, a lot of them are nothing but like they're like babies of Greek Empire and all that. Then and Ishmaelite empires. You know what I'm saying? And obviously, yeah, you do have indigenous people. I mean, I'm not saying some of those people are not Jakes, but there's a narrative in those lands. But anyway, them dudes, they tried to tell him that some next Pinocchio history, and he was like, he knew you broke the nose off because they were black-looking people.
But they
You know what I'm
said to him, in the video, they said, "Oh well, the structural thing,
Yeah.
that's the first that rode away."
Yeah,
shut
I
up.
was like,
You'll
give
be-
it-
And they were
Yeah, but-
conflicting. They were both conflicting.
Yeah.
Because one person said one thing, the other said
Yeah.
another thing.
But the thing is, he
No?
the thing is, what was making me crack up is, you know, he's a Jake from the States. You know, that's a big thing. They love Egypt.
Yeah.
Niggas, for if they ain't anything, they love Egypt.
Yeah.
So you know what? He knew what time it is, isn't it? When he's saying that, he knows. I know why they're broken off because they were people of color and all that. So that is even and that's streamed to millions of people. You get it?
Yeah.
And even you know what as well with all that streaming stuff he's done. I've seen Jakes in America come out and say, "Well, I thought those lands were dirt poor.
Yeah.
Like America was all we had and all that."
But that's
Which obviously
the thing,
the-
it's broader perspective.
Broader perspective. The motherland is Israel. You know what I'm saying? But the world is seeing a different narrative to what Esau has shaped. That's the point. You know?
Because there's a lot of people that have been believing like, oh, only America, only Europe, X, Y, Z. Then they'll go and see like, hold on, wait, these parts of Asia's popping, these parts of Africa's popping. Like, what's going on?
Well, even in Europe, all the tourist attractions, a lot of them go back to there's castles. It's all
Dark
shit.
Ages. Who's coming to see? It's like, oh, I can't wait. The Gherkin. Who's coming for the fucking
No
Gherkin,
one
bro?
cares for that, man.
Pussy club, man. Like, I want to see Tower
That's-
of Reg. I want to see St.
Exactly.
Paul's Cathedral. I
Right.
wanna see, that's what they're talking. Come
Yeah.
on, bro.
Westminster, all that.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
I'll read this and then just close on it. Proverbs 12:26. The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seduceth him. You know, that's what, you know, that's being undone, which is why the excellency's coming back. But yeah, you know, wrap up there. The Lord willing, you're edified, man. Shalom.
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 Esau's